What is up, everybody? It is Bucket Mouth Bass back here again today. Sure, you guys already see the title. Today I'm going to be doing a review over the Kastking Speed Demon casting reel. I personally have the 9:3:1 gear ratio model that they have. I'm pretty sure they've come out with a new model that's even quicker than that. If I'm incorrect, let me know down below in the comments. And I have the regular version here today, but they also offer the Speed Demon Pro, which comes with some more features like some better grips and stuff like that. But to be honest, they're both pretty much the same reel. One just comes with nicer grips and looks a little bit cooler, but I have the cheaper model here today. If you guys are curious, this reel goes for anywhere from about $70 to $80. I picked mine up about a year and a half ago at this point, on sale for only 50 bucks on Amazon. I'll leave a link down below to where you can actually go buy this particular reel. And keep in mind, I am not sponsored by absolutely anybody to make today's video. I bought this reel with my own hard-earned money, and nobody is paying me to make today's video. But if you guys like this kind of content, you can let me know by going below, leaving a like. And if you don't like it, or you think I'm ugly or something, leave a dislike too. It don't matter to me either way. But if you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and the bell. I have some awesome stuff for y'all coming very soon. Everything's been a little bit crazy with that whole coronavirus scare, so hopefully we'll be able to get to the lake and fish. I don't see why not, but everything has been totally crazy, guys. People are getting laid off work, people are not being able to go to work. Everything's just been super crazy, guys. So maybe we'll have to hunker down here at the house for a while before we can actually go fishing. I'm hoping that's not the case, but as soon as I am able to go out and start fishing, guys, there's going to be some awesome content coming very soon here on this channel. So like I said, hit that subscribe button and the bell. But let's go ahead and cue the epic music and the intro. Alright guys, so now that we got the intro out of the way today's video is going to be broken up into 6 different subcategories, and I'll explain each category as I go. But before I go ahead and get started, here is the reel itself, the Kastking Speed Demon. I have the 9:3:1 gear ratio. Here it is in all of its glory, guys. It's looking pretty good, but now let's go ahead and start off with number 6 today, the durability of this particular reel. So over the course of time, I've been using this particular reel. This reel is fairly durable. They definitely could improve on some things, like the thumb bar feels a little bit flimsy, like it's not locked down completely. I can kind of jiggle it around a little bit, if that makes sense. So I'm not 100% happy with that, but I've had no problems with this particular reel, using it for about a year and a half now. So it is holding up strong. Hopefully I won't have any problems going forward. Like I said, that flimsy thumb bar is kind of scaring me there a little bit, because I definitely don't want that to go out on this particular reel. So overall, like I said, there have been no problems with this actual reel. So other than that though, this reel is holding up strong. I definitely do think the durability could be a little bit better, especially going back to that thumb bar, but overall I have not had any serious issues with this particular casting reel. Now moving on to number 5 here today, the overall build quality of this particular reel and if it's worth it or not. In my personal opinion, some of you guys are gonna get really upset that I'm talking mess about Kastking here today, but the overall build quality of this particular reel is not very good. It just doesn't feel sturdy when I'm fishing it, especially if I'm fighting a larger fish with this reel. It just doesn't feel as sturdy as, let's say, a Shimano, an Abu Garcia, or a Luz or something of that nature. I definitely haven't lost fish because of it, but at the same time I do think that the build quality could be a little bit better on this Kastking reel here. I hate to say it, guys, but it feels cheaply made, especially when I'm out fishing with it. Like I said, it has not directly cost me any fish, but just overall, it's definitely pretty flimsy, guys. I don't like how it feels at all when I'm actually using it. Now, moving on to number 4 here today, the smoothness of this particular reel. This reel has 12 ball bearings, guys, so it has 11 plus 1 ball bearings, and it's not very smooth. I don't even know how that's possible. Maybe they use some cheap ball bearings in this thing. It's not horrible, but at the same time, for a reel that has 12 ball bearings, it definitely should be smoother. For example, I think my Abu Garcia Black Max or Ultra Max is definitely more smooth than this particular reel, and those reels only have about 4 or 5 ball bearings in them. This has more than double that, and for some reason it's just not very smooth. It's not the worst ever. I'm not saying it's horrible, but for a reel that comes with 12 ball bearings, I don't know how it's not smoother than an Abu Garcia Black Max or Ultra Max or something like that. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. If you guys disagree, please let me know down in the comments, but that has been my personal experience with this reel. It's not horrible, but for a reel with 12 ball bearings, it definitely should be a little bit smoother. Now moving on to 3, the castability of this particular reel. This reel is fairly easy to cast. I do think it bird's nests a little bit too much, but keep in mind I definitely keep my brake settings and tension knob very loose when I'm fishing so I can get the maximum casting distance. So if I tighten up my brakes and my tension knob a little bit more, I would probably have a little bit less bird's nesting problems when I'm out fishing with this particular reel. But I keep my other reels like my Shimano's, my Luz, my Abu Garcia reels very loose when it comes to the brake settings or even the tension knob. So I definitely think the castability on this reel is not bad, but it definitely could be improved. Now moving on to number 2 on today's list, an important category for me, the designs and look of this particular reel itself. It does look pretty good. I like the black color with the little bit of red accent, so you cannot complain with the looks of this reel. It definitely looks slick, and I do like these little foam grips that it comes with. They are nice to hold. So overall, the design of this reel, it does look pretty good. It doesn't look the best like my Shimano's, my Luz, and maybe even my Bass Pro Shop Carbon Light reel is definitely better looking than this one, but this one is not bad at all. It definitely does have a good look to it. The only problem I have with this particular reel is that it's super duper bulky, if that makes any sense. When I'm fishing with it, it feels huge, but that is because of the gear ratio this thing comes in at, a 9:3:1 gear ratio. They have to put a lot of metal in here to actually achieve that gear ratio, if that makes any sense. So that's the reason that this reel is bulky, just because of the gear ratio of it. It's so quick. They have to make it a little bit more bulky. But overall, the design of this reel is not bad at all, like I already said. Now moving on to number 1 on today's list, the brake system. Like I was saying a little bit earlier, I definitely think the braking system on this particular reel could be a little bit better. It's not horrible by any means. It only comes with a magnetic braking system on the outside here. You can adjust it all the way from 1 to 10, so you do have a decent amount of settings, but I really think that the braking system on this particular reel could definitely be improved. But overall, the braking system on this thing gets the job done and it works. So overall, I think the reel works good, but it definitely can be improved. For example, when it comes to that braking system, or when it comes to other things like the smoothness and castability of the reel, I do think there is some spots where Kastking could improve the Kastking Speed Demon, but overall it's not a bad reel at all, considering that you're only going to pay about $50 to $70 for this particular reel. That's very inexpensive, guys. So that's the one thing that it really has going for it, is that you can get a 9:3:1 gear ratio, guys. Let me repeat that. A 9:3:1 gear ratio for only about $50 to $70. If you guys are curious at looking at this reel, I'll leave a link down below. I'm not a big fan of Kastking products, as I'm sure you guys already know, but this reel is not horrible by any means. So if you guys have any questions, please let me know down in the comments, or if you disagreed with anything in today's video, you can let me know down below as well. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you have not already, go hit that subscribe button and the bell so you do not miss anything here in the future. I have some epic stuff coming for y'all. I will see y'all later.